Hi guys. So yeah, in the last video we are discussing about the proposition data component SR class and also the results component and how to test this strategy using this test run panel, right? Perfect. Now let us continue the discussion. Okay. Now let us see more about this proposition data component. Okay. Now when this component is used in a globally optimized strategy, the system imports only the active propositions within a defined start date. Okay. Now, if you can see here, uh, this strategy is not a GOS strategy, right? So in this case, all the five propositions are being imported, irrespective of their status, whether they are available or not available. Like if I go to this email flow template, this availability is set to never. Okay. But if you can see, there are five records has been imported, out of which one of them is email flow template. If you see the last one, okay, this is email flow template, right? Correct. So this is set to never as available, but this is imported. But when you go with the GOS strategy, like I will show you one example. You can see this is the trigger level strategy, correct? I mean, what is trigger level strategy? Don't worry if you don't know it. Like the trigger strategy will be used uh, in the inbound or outbound decisioning. There is a starting point where the actions will be imported and all the decisions will be made. Okay. Yeah. So we will just see the references of this trigger strategy. Okay. So you can see we have something called GOS NBA top level, correct? And so this is nothing but globally optimized strategy. This is referring the trigger level strategy. Okay. Now what is a globally optimized strategy? So the optimize the execution of a strategy and all its sub-strategy and supported components. Okay. And explanations are provided for the strategy components that are not optimized in the GOS report. And the configuration has to be compiled after any of the reference rules have been modified. Okay, leave all those definitions. Basically, the GOS strategy will help you to optimize the components. What is optimization? Very simple. So one of the example is, so here, if you run this strategy, it is providing how many results? Five results, proposition data, correct? Now, when you run this triggers, suppose if you have a GOS strategy, which is calling this next best credit card, okay, during the runtime execution, it will only import the four, not the five propositions. Why? Because only four are active. So this is meant by optimization. That means the reducing the number of records or reducing the execution of components, unnecessary components, reducing the execution of redundant code. So these kind of things will be happening in the GOS strategy. That's it. And out of the box, Pega will have the out of the box components which are optimized. Suppose you can also use functions inside the strategy using the set property component. If those functions are not optimized, then you have a room for improvement. The entire improvement report you can actually get it from the download GOS report. Yeah. And so in the inbound or outbound use cases, basically the strategies can also be called from the data flows or from a different strategy, and these cannot be called from anywhere else. The strategy can be called from another strategy or it can be called from a data flow. Correct? So whenever from a data flow, as you can see in our real-time container series, okay, you have found that from the data flow, the GOS strategy is actually being called. From the GOS strategy, the trigger strategy will be called. So this is how it will happen. So Pega had a significant improvement in developing this GOS strategies, which will actually improve a lot. Like in our case, it is very simple. The proposition data, right? So it will just not import the propositions which are not active. It will solve many problems. Okay, so perfect. So yeah, so now let us continue our discussion. So yeah, we have understood what is a test panel. Now let us create a data transform to set up the customer data. Okay. So in the data transform section, uh, I will have a data transform called as setup customer data. So this data transform is not there. We are going to create this. So just click on the open icon. Okay. Somehow the identifier is not getting populated. Okay. Let me click on create. Let me click on create data model, data transform. Will provide the same name. And yeah, this is gonna be a clipboard data transform. And in the applies to class, so what is the primary class of this strategy? Ubank CDH data customer. You have to provide the same class. Okay, provide the same class. And the rule set, let it be CDH artifacts and create and open. Now under this class, so I will be deselecting this call superclass data transform because we don't have one. So here I will be adding, so customer ID is equal to one is my customer ID. And let me also add the annual income of this customer ID. So annual income, let it be somewhere around $10,000. That's it. Click on save. Okay. Now let us go back to the decision strategy. Let me reselect this data transform. So go to the bottom. Okay. So somehow this data transform is not being shown. Correct. Let me refresh this very quickly. Now let us select the data transform. Let us see if it is there. So it is not being shown up. Correct. Now what is the solution which you can do? You can just log off and log in. Okay. I have logged off and logged in again. And I will be opening the decision strategy and also the data transform. Right. So now go to the test panel. Now let us search for this data transform. Now go to the last. Okay. So here you can see our newly created data transform is in the list. Okay. So select this data transform. Okay. And you can also send the parameters if there are any. Okay. So we haven't set up any parameters. So that is why it is not showing up. Okay. Let us also add a few parameters. So I will be setting it as customer ID. So this is my parameter. Okay. And here I will add a few steps to this. Okay. I will add one condition over here and I will copy this parameter. So when param.customer ID is equal to 1, then I will be setting these values over there. Okay. So since the customer ID, okay, then let it be, no problem. We can write it more optimistic way, but let it be for this use case. And so similarly, I will copy this and I will do the paste below. And this is for customer ID too. And so here I will be setting it to customer ID too, or I can just go with param.customer ID. This is the better way, which I can think of. And in the annual income, maybe I can provide $100,000. Okay. So let me click on checkout and quickly save this. Right. Now let me reselect this data transform again. Now it will show up the parameter value. So I think I have to check in this. So let me reselect this. So it is not showing up. Let me quickly refresh the Dev Studio. Let us see if it actually shows the parameters. It is not showing up the parameters. So the quick solution is log off and login. Right. So now let me select this data transform, set up customer data. Now you can see the customer data. I know this really sucks every time log off and log in. Yeah. So since there is a known issue, we don't have any other choice. Now let us provide the customer ID value as one and click on save and done. Now what will happen? See, this data transform will execute on the primary page. Okay. The primary page classes Ubank CDH data customer. Correct. Basically, the primary page will provide the context for the strategy, right? And so since we don't have any conditions related to the customer, all the 5 actions has been given for this particular customer, we can say. Okay. Now, if you go to the entities, so here we have customer entity, right? The customer ID is one and annual income is 10,000. You can clearly see for this particular entity, the decision strategy has been executed. Okay, technically speaking, the entity is also called as a primary page. Okay, now let us go to the clipboard page, right? And so in the same thread, in the same rule thread, scroll down. Here you can see there is a temporary page got created, temp Ubank CDH data customer, in which the customer data has been set, right? So in this page, okay, in this page, this strategy will be executed. And the results of this strategy, yeah, as you know, the results of the strategy will be seen under page underscore where is that? Yeah. So page underscore the strategy name underscore result. So this is where the result of the strategy will be shown up. Perfect. Okay. So now, so here I want to provide few conditions. Okay. So what conditions? So I want to provide the standard card for the person who is having annual income of less than or equal to 10,000. And I want to give the other cards, okay, other cards for greater than $10,000. So for that, how I can actually do it? I can go with the filter component, which is present under arbitration. So go to the arbitration and select filter. Okay. So in the filter, double click on the filter to show up the properties. Sorry, there is an issue. CDH has been hung. All right. Let me refresh this Dev Studio. Yeah. So here we have a filter. Okay. Double click on this filter. Okay. So here we will be filtering for PY name, which is nothing but our action name, is equal to standard card, right? So here we are filtering the standard card. Perfect. And let us click on submit. Okay. And so here I will add another component, same filter component. Okay. And so here I will be adding PY name not equal to standard card. So here I will be having this component name called other cards. Perfect. Now simply connect these components to the results component and let us quickly verify the results. Click on save and run. Okay. So in the proposition data, you have 5, correct? Right. So here you can see in the credit cards in the here we have the 5 results, right, in the proposition data. Now, when you click on this filter component, here we have only one result out of it. What is that? Standard card. And when you click on the rewards card, so here you can see we have four of them: rewards card, rewards plus card, premier rewards card, and email flow template. Basically, we don't want this email flow template. Basically, this is set to never. We let us filter it out. How to filter it out? Okay. So let us have another filter component over here, arbitration filter. Okay. And in this filter component, if you want to filter out the propositions which are not active, okay, so we have an SR property called as py is active. Okay. So this py is active will be false for the inactive propositions. So filter active propositions. Click on submit and select this filter active propositions. Connect this filter active propositions to two other filters and click on save and run. Right. Now in the filter, so see in the proposition data you have 5 pages. In the filter we have only 4 pages. The inactive proposition, which is email flow template, has been filtered out. You can clearly see if I go to the second one, it is rewards card. Third is rewards plus card. Fourth one is premier rewards card. That means the email flow template has been removed. Okay. Now here we have the standard card, right? So in the standard card filter, only have the standard card, and in the other cards we have all the other three cards. And since we have connected these two components again to the results, in the results we will be having all the four cards. Okay. Now let us add an extra condition. So when does this standard card should be eligible? So this standard card should be eligible for a customer only when his annual income less than or equal to 10,000 US dollars. So in order to do that, I will add something called as AND operator over here. So here I have to access the customer properties. How to access the customer properties? With the help of primary directive. Okay. So use the primary keyword, which is reserved keyword for Pega, which is used to access the properties from the primary page of this strategy. So here I am going to select annual income, and here I am going to write down the expression less than or equal to 10,000. Okay. Yeah, this is how my condition is established for standard card. Okay. Now coming to the other cards. So here also I will be writing down my condition as, okay. So py name not equal to standard card n. Okay. Primary dot annual income greater than 10,000. Let us click on submit. And so here we have established this condition, and let us click on submit. Okay. Now let us quickly click on save and run. Hmm. So when you click on save and run, in the results component, you only have the standard card for the customer one. Okay. Let us actually quickly walk through component by component. So in the proposition data, we have 5 results. In the filter active propositions, we have 4 results. And in the other cards, we don't have any results because, okay, the second condition is not qualified for this particular customer, which is primary dot annual income greater than 10,000, correct? Now, when you click on this filter standard card, so the condition is qualified. So one is here the standard card will be filtered. And for the standard card, we are checking whether the customer's annual income is less than or equal to $10,000 and which is qualified. That is why for this particular entity, okay, or for this particular customer, the standard card has been delivered. Now we also set up the customer two. Let us click on save and run, right? Now, in this case, you can see the standard card has no decision because the condition has been failed. Whereas the other cards, the condition has been successed and all the three cards has been sent to this particular entity. Okay, perfect. So this is how you can leverage the data from the primary page into your filters. Okay, so now you might have a question. So Sham, that is fine. So you have a very simple condition over here. For the standard card, we have one condition, and for other cards, we have some other condition. So, but what if we have more conditions for each and every card? We cannot have filters for each and every action. We might have thousands of actions. Now, what is the solution for this? Yeah. So the solution for this is proposition filter. So when you click on a filter, okay. So here we have two options over here: filter condition and proposition filter. Okay, so when you click on the proposition filter, So you can provide the proposition filter rule over here. Okay. And what is a proposition filter rule? So the proposition filter rule holds the conditions for all the propositions, okay, grouped by issue and group. So here we will be creating a new proposition filter. As you can see, right, if you have already gone through the CDH course or you are a CDH professional, you know about this engagement policies, eligibility, applicability, and suitability. So for engagement policies, for eligibility, applicability, suitability, proposition filters will already be created in the backend that I will be showing you very shortly. So first, let us create a new proposition filter to understand how we can write down the conditions for all the propositions. Okay, so that a single proposition filter will be able to handle filtering logic for all the actions. Okay, so here I will be adding credit cards prop filter. We also generally call it as a prop filter in the short term, right? So I will be providing the same name to the proposition filter as well. So while creating this proposition filter, you can provide business issue and business group as well. Okay. So here, let us select grow and also the credit cards. If you don't select anything, then that means it is not specific to any issue and group. It is specific for all. I mean, it applies for all. Okay. Right. So since our applies to class of this particular strategy is Ubank CDS data customer, I will be going to create it in the same class and create and open. Okay. So here you can see the business issue and group. These two are hard coded and these two are not, what do we call? We cannot edit these. Okay. Suppose if you do not select the business issue and business group at the starting, that means this proposition filter will be used for all the issues and groups in your system. During that time, you will be able to select drop down. I mean, you'll be able to see the drop down, and from the drop down, you will be able to select the business issue and business group. So let us click on save. Okay. Now we'll have a default criteria. So in the default criteria, what is the default criteria? Default criteria means this criteria will be used for group. Okay. So here we have three options. By default, the propositions are filtered out. By default, propositions will be valid. And using the custom criteria, so here you can add your own custom criteria. This criteria will be applied for all the actions or propositions present in this particular group. Okay. So for now, I don't want to add any group criteria. I will select the second option. If we select the first option, what will happen? It will filter out all the propositions. Okay, that is why we should not go with the first option. So select the second option. Okay, when you select the second option, then uh, at least the group level criteria will satisfy. Now, let me click on save. Okay. Now, first one is our standard card. So when you click on the standard card, you can see. So this one is default criteria, group level criteria, and this is proposition level criteria or proposition specific criteria. Okay. So when you select current means my primary class, which is Qbank CDS data customer. So here I can select fields, when conditions, and also the configurations as well. I will go with fields. So here I'm going to select annual income. Suppose if you have a new property, make sure that that property is added to your relevant record. Okay, then only you will be able to see that field over here. Now the annual income is less than or equal to 10,000. Okay, this is a condition for standard card. Very simple, straightforward condition. And coming to the rewards part, okay, add a criteria. So in this select fields, same annual income greater than, okay, 10,000. Okay. And so similarly for others as well, rewards plus credit card, I will maybe the fields annual income. Okay. Mm, okay, let me do one thing. So coming to the rewards part, let us put less than or equal to $20,000. Okay, and let me save it. And now coming to the rewards plus part. So here I will be annual income less than or equal to 50,000. And coming to the premier rewards part. Okay, so here I will be adding annual income to annual income less than or equal to. Okay, so here I will be having somewhere around 100,000. Perfect. Now we have configured all the four parts. Okay, right. So now let us go to, yeah. So here I will be selecting the credit cards prop filter again. Right. And click on submit and let us save it. Now let us also have two more customers. So for the second customer, uh, let us try to have somewhere around 19,000 US dollars. Okay. And what I will do is check out. Hmm. So copy, paste below, and this is for customer three. So customer three, I will have somewhere around 37,000, 35,000 or so, whatever it is. Okay. So copy this again, paste below, and this is for customer ID four. I will add 98,000. So in this way, all these four customers will be qualified for postpaid product. So now let us test this configuration for one customer, customer ID one. So I have clicked on save and done. Let us see what offer the customer ID one will be qualified for. Okay. So when you click on the results component, it is showing me up all the four credit cards. Correct. So, but this is not how it should work, right? So let us quickly go ahead and debug what is the issue. So go to the standard card. Yeah. Okay. So see, it's simple. See, the $10,000 annual income less than or equal to $10,000. Our his annual income is $10,000, right? So that is a standard card is qualified. Rewards card also we have something called less than or equal to 20,000. So $10,000 is less than or equal to $20,000, correct? So that is why it is also qualified. That means we have to tweak our conditions, right? So yeah, here we have to write down our conditions in such a way. So try to add another condition over here. Hmm. So fields annual income. So here I will be writing greater than 10,000. Just copy paste over here. Here I will be writing 10,000. And so here it should be less than or equal to. Okay. It should be greater than 10,000 and less than or equal to 20,000. Perfect. Now let us go to the rewards plus card. So similarly, we'll be adding another condition over here. So fields annual income less than or equal to. So here I will put greater than. So greater than 20,000 and less than or equal to 50,000. Perfect. Now similarly go to the premier rewards card. Okay. So here I will be writing it as greater than 50,000. So here I will be having only one condition. So we have updated the conditions. Let us quickly run for customer ID one. So now he should be able to qualify only for one offer now. Yeah, now see, we'll traverse one by one. So we have this customer ID one. If you go to the entities, you can see the annual income is 10,000, correct? So all the propositions has been imported. Uh, I mean here five propositions, here active propositions got been imported, and here we have the proposition filter, and from this proposition filter only the standard card has been filtered. Okay. Now let us test it for customer ID 2. Save and run. So as you can see, for this customer, rewards card only there. And for customer number 3, rewards plus card. And for customer number 4, you can see the premier rewards card. Yeah. So this is a simple way of picking next best action using a proposition filter. So now let us quickly verify the proposition filters created for engagement policies. So go to the records, go to the decision, and go to the proposition filter. Okay. So in this proposition filter, so since we are discussing about grow credit cards, so let us search for NBA grow underscore credit cards. Okay, click on apply. So when you click on apply, you can see there are many things over here. Let us see one by one. So see, there are two things over here. One is account and one is customer, correct? Now let us discuss about customer. See, customer and account. As you can see, the engagement policies can be written at three levels. I will show you. It is very important to understand. So let me go to the engagement policy tab in the NBA designer section. Okay, so that you will be able to visually see what is happening. See, when you go to growth and credit cards, okay, you can define the engagement policies at three levels: all actions, customer, account action. Okay, and for every level, you can define eligibility, applicability, suitability. So that means 3 into 3, 9. 9 proposition filters should have been created. Let us count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 proposition filters created. So first, let us go with all actions. Okay. So here you can see NBA, grow, credit cards, applicability all, eligibility all, suitability all. Now let us go with customer. Okay. You can see uh, eligibility customer, applicability customer, suitability customer. Now let us go with account. So for account also, you can see applicability account, okay, eligibility account and suitability account. So that means for every engagement policy, a proposition filter gets created. So one example we can take for all actions, okay, eligibility, suitability, and also okay, eligibility, suitability has been applied. Contact policy is a different concept that we will discuss in our future. And applicability is not there in all actions, correct? So if I open eligibility all, so it should have some data in it, correct? So where we will be finding the data, go to the default criteria. So in the default criteria, we'll be having this, okay? Because this is not action specific, okay? So we cannot see by clicking on action. It is a default criteria. Like you can actually go ahead and open this all action. So here you can see relationship length in days is greater than 1. Okay. So you can see relationship length is greater than 1. So whenever you update some engagement policy tab, it will update a proposition filter in the backend, right? So similarly, so here we don't have applicability, right? So if you open the applicability all, it will not have any default criteria. If you go to the default criteria, it doesn't have any default criteria. It simply says as true. So similarly, if you open the suitability all, right? So if you open the suitability all, hmm. So if you go to the default criteria, we have this debt to income ratio less than or equal to 40. Okay. So that is what written over here. So this is how Pega maintains the proposition filters. And these proposition filters are created in data decision request customer CDH class, right? Yeah. So now, yeah, in this video, we have created our strategy in customer class, right? Okay. Uh, yeah. Now, in the next video, we'll be seeing creating the decision strategy in the decision request class, the data decision request customer CDH class, and also understand the initial context. Okay. So I hope you got some basics about this filter, proposition filter. So we'll continue discussing about the components in our further videos. And as I told you, I'll be releasing my next videos in my during the next week. So till then, stay tuned.